Welcome back to Football Coach, episode number 73. We are in a must-win game. Why? Because it's the weakest team on our calendar, and if we are going to assert ourselves as a top team for the conference, you've got to win these kind of games, but we're trailing 7-3 right now. We're down more than we were in the final to USC. Let's see if we can get things moving here. Tulsa has the ball for now. But a quick negative play, and it's 4th and 17. They punt. We get decent field position here. The flanker dig nets a first down. Tight end attack also. Quick slant. All hitches, and all of a sudden we're halted on second after some quick gains. Let's see what we can do with an inside run. Halfback mid draw gets enough for the first down. Halfback sweep gets a little bit further, another first down. There's our first negative play of the drive. The curl flats would be a bit harsh right now. Let's get that tight end under. No gain there either. Y corner, and we end up having to settle for a field goal, 7-6. Disappointing stall on that drive, but after a fumble here in the wet weather, it's only light rain, but it was enough. Caldwell hits Kemp, the running back. It's recovered by Caldwell himself. He's able to get 5 yards, and we start with a short field and a big chance to take the lead, so we go for it on second down. But on third, that's enough for the touchdown. 12-7. Do we want to? No. Let's take the extra point. 13-7, and we lead by 6. And on the very next drive, after just a couple of plays, we have a pick 6 from Ivan Phillips, taking it back 50 yards, and now we lead comfortably. Let's take it into the second half, where it's not so comfortable again. So each time we have simulated, things have gone Tulsa's way. And we are going to give the ball away to start the half. So we're going to need to get a stop here. And we do not do so. They get a first down. It's only the second time we've seen them get a first down live in this game. But there's a third. Got pressed. Does not halt them. The cover 2 man does not halt them. And they are moving the ball. A 77 offense versus our 80 defense. And they are finding a way. But we halt them here. Hold them to a field goal. But it's a 3-point game in the middle of the third quarter. How in the world are we in this scenario? We should be comfortably ahead right now. 3rd and 1. Halfback mid draw works. Halfback sweep works. Quarterback draw works. But it's still a 3rd and short. Mid draw gets just enough for the first down. A play action play goes big. 34 yards to Coy, our top receiver. The one deep pass option sets up a 1st and goal from the 5. And we convert. We're back on top. 27-17. Well, we were still on top, but we extend the lead once again. Into the 4th quarter here. It's a 4th and 1. That's a punt from Tulsa. We're going to pick up the ball here. Up 10 still. One play option, no. Flanker dig, no. And this is the first time we've had to punt live in this one. And after halting them on 3rd, setting up a 4th and long, they are going to punt, giving us 12 minutes, plenty of time still in this game, and not yet time to kill the clock. In fact, I'd rather see our offense with a little more success. But now that we're down to 10.5 and on the verge of putting this thing away, let's start to chew a little bit of clock here. Inside zone, halfback sweep. Suddenly we're not moving the ball as you switch it, and that pass is intercepted. See what happens when you chew clock and you change style? It messes you up. It gets you out of rhythm. And Tulsa now has the ball. But they got 1 first down. We halt them after that. Force the punt. 6.5 minutes to go. Now that we've hopefully established ourselves a little rhythm, let's see if we can take a halfback off tackle for 8. Good. Play action. Good time for it. Doesn't go deep. Would take the short option, though. The Y stick, no. Quick slants, no. Yes, okay. 3rd and short. Halfback slam gets just enough for the first down. And we're very much run the ball territory. Under 3 minutes to go. 3rd and 3. That's enough for a first. Keep the drive alive. 2nd and 1. This is just about going to do it, folks. That's a touchdown, and we'll do it. Okay, game sealed. 34-17 in the end. Looks comfortable scoreline. Was definitely less comfortable than we made that feel. fact, Tulsa finding a way to move the ball right now. 3rd and 11. Interception. That'll seal the game. Quarterback Neal. Brock Ford. 40-yard return as well. Final score, 34-17. They outgained us in this one. They did outgain us. Turnover battle was only +1. They got us mostly on first downs. We just were a little more balanced than they were, and stopped them on 4th when we needed to. Rush game was also trailing behind. Weird game for us. Really weird game for us. However, we have a history of having really poor performances in the rain. We did secure the all-important W, though, but we also secured our top running back. Is it not? LeBlanc is, yes, that's our 82 overall running back with a major upper body injury that will see him sidelined for 4 weeks. That's going to hurt things. That's going to hurt things a lot. Raining yet again, and this is our best chance to beat Indiana. Period. This is the weakest they've been. They're already just down to 1-1, and as they start with the ball, it wasn't a 3-and-out, but we quickly recovered the ball. 2nd down gets us a first. A little bit of a gain there. 3rd and 4. A lot of chances to get the first down with that play, and it works. Inside cross does not, though. Fullback inside does not. Shallow cross does. That's enough for a first down. Play action dagger gets us a 1st and goal, and we're on the board first, up 7-0. Pretty weak Indiana team, but of course we are missing a very, very key player as our top running back is out. However, our number 2 running back is only 1 point worse. Where we're really hurting is at that 2nd or 3rd position. Our 3rd running back is actually pretty good this year, so it's really the guy coming in as the replacement player to fill out the squad. So in theory, we've still got a pretty good chance of coming out on top, but we've already scored 7. Let's pick up with 2nd quarter and see how we're doing. It's now 14-0. We are moving the ball. Let's see if we can finish this drive off. 2nd and 11, though. 3rd and 7. The levels gets us a first down, though. Inside cross moves it. Play action sets up a 3rd down. Enough for a first. 2nd and 2. Wide corner. Chance at the end zone. Does not work. Sets up a 4th and 1. You know what? We have some momentum, and it's not going to hurt us if we don't gain. Let's go for it on 4th. We get the first down. 2nd down. 3rd down. Now we'll take the field goal. 17-0. Picking it up into the second half, and it's 24-0. Nice. I'm going to go straight to the 4th quarter. 31-7. We need to get a stop here. Definitely need to get a stop here. They are moving the ball at the moment, and there's a first down. Oh, 3rd and long. They got it. We haven't gone. Oh, there we go. Okay. Pass interception. Evan Phillips again. Last game he had an interception. He's got one today. He also got a little bit of a return out of it to give us okay field position to start a new drive. Skipping ahead to the last 5 minutes, and it's 38-7. We halted them on that drive, so that should do it for the game. And there's your final 38-7. 500 yards against Indiana. They graduated a lot of players, though. It's not the same Indiana we've seen at the top of that North Division in recent years, but that's a comfortable result. We're off to a great start at 2-0 in conference, but our biggest obstacle at the moment is injuries on 2 fronts. One, in game. We've had our 2nd major injury, a D lineman who's going to be down for 4 weeks. An additional minor injury it won't take long to recover from, but still, losses on that front. The other is in recruitment. Now, we don't know where this guy is. I so very rarely scout those junior college ones, but if they're on the higher end, I'll give them a chance. And for a tight end, he started as a 66 or a 67. It was on the higher end, but we got a decent offensive lineman here. But as we go down this list, there's going to be a trend. Durability, D-. Durability is okay on that one. Durability, C-. Durability, C+. Durability, C-. Durability, C+. Durability, there's a good one at A-. But durability C, durability C+, durability B-. There's a few. Okay, that's a new one that just came in, 60%. These last couple of guys, a little bit of a relief because durability D, durability C. There's been so many D's and C's in the durability for this class. So as I was looking at guys like, hey, we got good potential in this group, and a little bit higher, a few points higher overall. I was very optimistic, and then a lot of them are busts on the durability side. Now, of course, you can afford to sign one or two of those, but you can't have a roster full of them. Otherwise, you're going to get into what we're having happen right now, which is a lot of injuries incurred in games, and then your quality drops off pretty rapidly. Memphis, of course, has been a regular top member of the division, but they are also down this year, 78-79. We're seeing a lot of that. We're 3-3 all time against them, and it feels like we've got a real shot. I mean, we've got a huge advantage on the defensive side of the ball and a pretty good advantage on the offensive side of the ball. And in terms of play calling, looks like we've got a pretty healthy advantage there as well. It's also a weak senior quarterback for them. They do have a pretty strong safety, but other than that, there's a lot of vulnerability to this Memphis team this year. But we're on the road. And with little to no chance of rain. Not only is it raining, but it has gone horribly for us so far. Down 17-0, 3rd and 5, but we were able to get a first down there. And suddenly we're moving the ball. Were we moving the ball in the first quarter? I don't know, but second quarter is finally going our way. First down. In the red zone. 1st and goal. One play option works well. Inside zone does not. Halfback sweep does. And we're on the board. Down 10, even after a touchdown. Memphis is a team that's going to want to go to the air more than anything else. So far, though, they are leaning run. 3rd and 1. Just enough for a first down. Play action. No. Bubble screen on 3rd and 6. Not a fan. Let's go to a medium pass. Tight end under. Punt. Okay. Stick to man, cover 2 man. And that stops them. 3 and out. First down. Another first down. 4 verticals. We still have 3 minutes left in the half, but we're going for the end zone here. It works well enough. It does not go for the end zone, but it gets us a big first down, almost into the red zone. The Y stick, Y corner. Big sack corner. Okay. Field goal. Within a score. After a terrible start, we've absolutely fought back in this thing, but there's a minute left in the half, and Memphis suddenly moving the ball. But that's going to be an interception. Pretty much the line of scrimmage wheel route doesn't work. We read it well, undercut it, and pick off the ball. Apparently diving while doing so because we made 0 gain with it. But that's our ball. With 52 seconds left, we have all 3 timeouts at our disposal. So let's start going to the air. We can start by going short. Okay, we got it out of bounds there. Smash digs, go a little bit longer. Midfield. Can we tie? After an ugly, ugly first quarter, can we go into the second quarter? Into the second half. Let's take the slot outs. Slight penalty. Doesn't work though. Medium. Smash digs. Good old smash digs. Enough for a first down. We used a timeout. 1 left and half a minute. We are definitely not running. Sorry to say. That's just not going to happen right now. Wide receiver smash. A lot of good deep options to move the ball forward. Tight end attack. Curl floor. 58-yard field goal. 20% chance. You got to take your chance on this because I think they're just going to take it to the locker room. No good. They do take it to the locker room. Second half. At least we begin with the ball, but that could have been more. Easily could have been 2 to 3 points. 2 to 3. 3 points or 7 points there. Slant middle. No. Hitches. Yeah, sets up a 3rd and 4th. But we get sacked. Davis, what is the problem? Third and long. Stop. I got 1 first down there. Great return gives us midfield possession. How are we doing on the ground? We really haven't seen anything on the ground yet. We've been in the air primarily. Enough for a first down there. Let's go back to the ground. Good blocking there. Gets us 8. Bubble screen gets us a first, and we're in the red zone. Definitely not a 4 vertical type area. Take the bubble screen. No. Middle slant. No. Going backwards. Levels goes forward. Sets up a short field goal. It was too long to try to make a play. They're going to go for the return at least. Set up bad field position. Can we get a 3 and out? We can, which gives us good field position. We got 1 field goal back, but we're still down. But it's been a much better game after that terrible start. Medium pass is penalized. What about a deep pass? Also penalized, but I think they're expecting. Let's go 4 verticals. Intercepted. That's even worse. That's even worse. But a 3 and out at least gets us the ball back. -2 on the rush. Really seeming to struggle. Is this too many injuries? Is this one too many injuries now? We've got like 5, 6 guys out injured right now. And we keep getting them to 3rd and long, and then they convert. 3rd and long, convert. 3rd and long, convert. This time it's 3rd and short. This time it's 3rd and short. What is their formation? Shotgun ace, but that has a lot of tight ends. They only got 2 guys wide. I think we can, well, we can't go goal line. Gap press. Touchdown. What did they even do? Just an inside zone. Ay, ay, ay. We read it. They scored anyway. 24-13. Under. Thank you. Gosh, first down. Mid-draw. Okay. Strong flood. Strong flood just never seems to work, which it should. Power read option. First down. Curl flat corner. All hitches. Flanker curl. 3 straight incompletions. This rain is killing me. Great punt, but they immediately get out of it. And there's an interception. Brock Sewell, the linebacker, with a huge play, really giving us a chance. There's only 9.5 minutes left in this game. Mid-draw works. Bubble screen works. Slants. Touchdown. We are down by 5. Natural go for 2 scenario. But I'd rather go quick slants. Fails. Down 5. We need a touchdown. But that's a big play. That's a huge play. Their running back fumbles the ball. Derek Willis forcing it and recovering it and taking it 22 yards, setting up just a 7-yard drive. We've got to go for the end zone on this one. Halfback mid-draw gets us a few. We've got 4 to go. No on the bubble screen. Halfback stretch. Take to the outside. We have the lead, and we go for 2 again to get up by a field goal. Outside zone. Fails. Second time, but we have a lead. A very slender lead, and still 7 minutes. Plenty of time for Memphis. Oh, they just eke out the first down. Okay, 3rd and 10. Dime blitz. Big sack. That sets them back so far that they will punt. Okay, we are very much in shoe clock situation. Halfback off tackle gets a first down. Halfback draw. Another first down to 244 inside zone. Good gain. A second inside zone gets a first down. We're inside 2 minutes, and Memphis is down to a timeout. And we're just about in position to get a field goal here and run a whole lot of clock to get them well inside a minute, even if we can't get another first down. So the halfback slam gets 4. The inside zone gets a first down, and we can actually kneel. Next snap at 30. Next stop. Take the 1-point win. Take the 1-point win. I was thinking about the field goal, but no. Just finish the game. Finish the game. 367 to 326. We get just a little bit more than them. It was a terrible day. I think the weather was the big thing. Turnovers went our way late, but we had so many incompletions. So many. Barely 50% from Davis today. 1 sack, 1 interception was all, but it was just not a good day at all. McClure moved the ball decently, stepping up our number 2, stepping up into that first spot. Littlejohn, our number 3, getting 5.5. Our run game actually did work. It was just the pass game. So many incompletions, and they would seem to come back to back to back, right? You'd get a completion, get a completion, get a completion, and then back to back to back, and it's punt. So we would move, but then just suddenly stall. So we just weren't consistent with our completions. Defense definitely helped us with a couple big plays, but we only had 2 sacks. They had 4. We had 2 interceptions. They had 1. But we had 9 pass deflections. They also had 6. So their weak defense had a huge day. Our good defense had a decent day. And our quarterback had a really bad day. It just happens sometimes. We were 2 for 3 on field goals. They were 1 for 1. Nothing else really standing out, but we had a couple key plays that saw us over the line and got us to 3-0 in conference. And finally, we start to get some guys recovered from injury while not incurring any new ones. So we've got a wide receiver and a corner who are back to full health. Somehow, Coy, despite all the horrible incompletions, his 12 catches in that game was a record. He led us in that game. That's definitely your player of the game right there. Next up is a winless TCU who stole our coaches, plural, 2 of them out of the 3. And we're going to be at home on this one, but we're going to have to wait till next time for that. That's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.